miles. It's 9:39 on the watch, 9:34 on the fan. It's August 24th, 2025. I'm at that rock on 21. I'm not far from home. I'm only 20.8 miles away, so I'm straight east of the seat up. I had a egg salad sandwich. Keep going. We're only a tenth of the way there to the rest area. I don't need to rush to get there. It's only a 3 or 4 hour, maybe 4 hour drive. I heard that this year was a Jubilee year. I don't know if it's something that Rome did or Vatican. I don't know if it has any impact, but I kind of think there's nothing real big's going to happen this year. I think the markets are going to continue to. I think they're going to continue up. I think the second half of Trump's term could be more difficult than the first. I think this first year will probably be, he'll think, oh, I'm doing really well. We don't know what the future's going to bring. We could have a bad economy next year. That's, I guess, what I'm thinking. As Cryon says, waiting for the other shoe to drop. And he says that in a way of, yeah, it's not going to be as bad as you'd think, but we aren't going to get through this without any problems. He also said that, too. But he says we need to quit worrying about everything, quit being afraid of our own shadow, too. That we'll get through it. You know, I think if you get ready for things, have a diversified portfolio and are careful with your investments and have a decent expectations and not be expecting the worst to happen all the time, I think you'll be okay. The war is going on in Ukraine. Russia keeps taking more and more area. Just another village every day is what another village or two. They're basically beating. They're winning. I mean, but if you look at wars in the past, you can't really say they're going to win. But it looks like they're winning. I mean, if you look at like Korea, they took all the way down to Incheon, which is in the southern part. They had almost the whole thing, and they lost everything. They lost all the way back. You know, they ended up giving it all back. So I don't know if something like that could happen again with Ukraine, where they maybe could take over most of what they wanted, and then they could lose it back. But it really doesn't look like it. There's a lot of people that are opposed to the war that are civilians, and there's some governments that don't want to get into it. So I don't know if they could try to, if Trump could break the tie. I mean, it's not really a tie, but it could be. Maybe looking back, it's a tie. Ukraine bombed the oil pipeline that goes from Hungary to Russia. They blew it up. I think it's in Russia. The pipeline's in Russia. They don't want Russia to make money on that oil. See, it used to be set up that there was like an agreement that they would ship their oil to Europe, and they'd get money for that, and then they'd get oil. Well, Hungary's not happy. I think it's Hungary that it goes to. It's a bordering country. It's one of the bordering countries. It's next to Ukraine, and it's like, shit, are they gonna turn against Ukraine over this? They're not happy at all about what Ukraine did, because that's their oil. They need that oil to heat their homes. And, in a few months they're going to be needing to heat their homes. And so now they're going to have to find another way to get oil. And they're landlocked. So that's going on. And in return, I think Russia bombed a NATO base or something in Ukraine. Of course, they might have been doing that all along. I think they killed some NATO officers. They're getting their hit HIMARS. I know they hit some HIMARS that were sent in. I think those are made in America. They bombed a company or something that's owned by the United States or something. Which is like, yeah, we hit you. Kind of a act of war, you could say. We really need to quit supporting that. We're making a little bit of money selling them arms, and I think Trump thinks he's real smart doing that. But I don't think we should be selling them anyway. I think we should put sanctions on Europe. Anything, and we could sanction both Europe and Russia to get them to make peace. That might be a way to go, but we shouldn't sanction just Russia. Really, we should maybe we should be backing Russia, and we should just say, hey man, you make a good ally, you're Christian, and America's Christian, Trump's Christian, and India, we'd get India as a ally automatically, because they're with Russia, and they've been with Russia for decades, for generations. Europe needs to be taught a lesson. I guess we have a lot of economic ties, though. It's probably hard to turn your back on. But you got to do what's right too. The thing is, we've been behind NATO. I think they've been crooked all along. It's the same people in NATO now as there were. They're not a different organization than they were back when the USSR was in power. So we're starting to see how dark things were here all along. They enjoyed having the USSR. That's what they were made for. They were made to counter the USSR. Well, the USSR is gone, and it's like they're not needed anymore. So they need to try to be needed. They're not needed anymore. Okay, we're at 28.5. It's 9:43 on the van. We'll get gas at up in Stevens Point, that Quick Trip.